Hi, so welcome to DCA. Today we will be discussing upon the very general topic on general question which is common amongst the CDS aspirant, the combined defense services. As the notification has been revealed, I checked out there in some telegram groups, students in the forum talk about, so how much days are required to score a healthy one in CDS exam. Like, there was someone who was talking about, we are offering 30 days program, 40 days program, right? So, or 50 days program, XYZ program. Is it sufficient to crack CDS exam? I mean by cracking means you are having a healthy score in 30-40 days exam, right? So, this is of course subject to interpretation. This question is of course, varying individual to individual. We'll try to keep the conversation in English because there are some candidates from the South India who might be looking over this, right? So let's start with this. So this is the question which I found many people were discussing. How many days are required to crack CDS? And I found that there are several coaching modules of 30-40 days. So I would like to present my views. I'm not saying it might be correct, right? It again depends person to person, but this is what I feel based on my expertise of teaching as well as individual preparation of UPSC. So coming to the point, the two questions, what is your target score? The second one, how many days are required exactly for the preparation? Two kinds of people. One, are you average or below average? That means you are new to the CDS or UPSC. You have just passed out of college or in the final year and you are trying to, have a try over this paper. The second one, you are already, you have already prepared and you are good and you are for maybe preparing for civil services, maybe CAPF, SSC exams. So these three types of crowds are actually more or less common in CDS exam nowadays. So दो तरह के लोग हैं, इन दोनों को लेके अलग अलग number of days are required. We'll discuss one by one. So before putting out any straightforward answer, let's have a view over the paper. So when you talk about English, so as per the latest trend, if you talk to the aspirants who tried out in CDS 1 2020, they will definitely say that the cutoff was more than 95 or 97, and maybe some people will say that it is more than 100. Okay, that means the cutoff is going, are actually soaring high day by day or exam by exam, you can say. Indirectly, there was the gist of the story which says that the English score should be more than 70-75. 70 is the minimum which you expect. I'm not saying that below this, you cannot qualify. Overall score matters, but 70 is a healthy one. If you are 70 plus in English, that means you are the part of the elite crowd who are scoring well enough in English, right? So I took that score as 72 and we have majorly 4 portions: vocab, grammar, in fact, indirect, direct speech, active, passive, all those things, the grammatical errors all included, sentence rearrangement, sentence improvement as well, and reading comprehension, that is passage. Okay, the reading habit is of course important. Now in English, you cannot do everything in 30 or 40 days. Any language is a gradual process. If you want to improve in any language, maybe in Hindi, Punjabi, Sanskrit, or anyone in Marathi, you need to learn that. It will take time, right? So even for the average students, this thing will take at least 2 months to be well and good. You might have seen many of the aspirants who are good in mathematics. I know personally many one who have scored more than 50 in mathematics, but they have done around 48, 45 or 52 in English, which is not, comparatively good, because many of the students, due to this addition of CSAT, Civil Service Aptitude Test. So CSAT exam now a part of the UPSC Civil Service exam as well as the state PCS. That's why in fact in SSC as well we have the English portion. That's why majority of the candidates out of 100 who are appearing for CDS are appearing for other exams as well, and this makes English score rise up because SSC people will find it easy. CSAT people maybe 60% will find it easy. That's why we can say that nowadays more people are scoring well and good in English section, right? So minimum, I think you need to practice as well as 2 months of time is required to improve your score. Right now, if you are on level 52 to 55, you need at least 2 months to get 70 plus, right? अब देखो 1 से 40 तक जाना बहुत आसान है, 40 to 50 में थोड़ी मेहनत है, 50 beyond a little more, and if you want to cross 65, you need to be a tough one. You need to practice more and more. The second one, mathematics. That's the easiest portion and it's a mandatory portion for those who are planning for IMA. right? This English 70 is mandatory if you are trying for OTA. Since CDS 2020 number of OTA seats has been reduced, remember that the cutoff is definitely going to be more than 100 this time. Not at all, किसी भी हाल में इतना जाएगा ही जाएगा, because seats has been reduced. Now maths for the IMA and the AFA aspirants, all the basic math, but thing is that you need to have a good speed and accuracy. Even if you and me as well remember the formula, but the implementation and how exactly you can implement and how fast you can implement, that is the main thing, which again needs practice, practice and practice, right? Consistency is very required, and this is one of the rarest quality. You know, the rarest quality is consistency. If you are able to maintain your consistency, that is the perfect thing which can help you to crack any of the exam, right? Any of the coveted exam actually, right? And if you are average student, let's suppose someone who has not gone through mathematics in 11th 12th and has been left over mathematics for last 6 years or 5 years, maybe it will take more than 70 to 80 days. So that means you should assume that it's 2.5 months which will look upon, you know, so that you are able to score 55 or 60 in mathematics portion or more than that. I'm just talking about the average, guys. I'm not talking about who are attempting more than 80 or 85 in mathematics. There are people, yes, there are, right? Third thing which you can't neglect, in fact this is one of the most phenomenal thing, and many of the, you know, aspirants actually inquire about this, is the GS portion. Now with reduction in the number of seats in OTA exam, that is around 169, I think there is 56 seats which have been reduced in series 2 2020, right? Although the girls seat has been increased by 1, that is 17. You need a minimum, this time your target should be more than 40 plus. Earlier majority of the aspirants, if you look upon the CDS 2016, 17, 18, you know, cutoff used to be, the subject cutoff was 20, and many of the individuals just try to score 20, 25 or 26. That was considered as good score, right? Although many used to score 35, 36 as well, right? This time you have to target 40 plus, so that combinedly if you are trying for OTA, even if you are for the OTA 70 plus 40, at any cost you should be around 105 plus. That means you have the perfect chances to get into the written merit list. So this consists of science, of course, 19th level. Polity, it takes time. It takes time because Lakshmikant is my bap, right? So it takes time, not a single reading. You need to have 2 to 3 readings. Geography, not a single one. It's Indian versus physical. It's a huge one. Economics, which majority of you actually neglect. If you want to do good in nowadays UPSC paper, you cannot neglect. You cannot neglect this portion. History, the bulkiest one. It's a hulk of the UPSC. Nobody is able to finish history, but if you want a good score, at least you have to be good in some of the portion, right? Current affairs is again, you know, around 13-14 questions are asked. But I prefer that you should not follow the daily newspaper, because it will be input is to output ratio will be quite low, right? So this all things, if you are planning for 40 plus, science is the first thing which you need to do, because around 25 to 26 questions are there from the 9th and the easiest one to score. Then polity, then physical geography, then economics and current affairs, right? So it will take at least a minimum of, if your score is 40 plus, it will raise 70 to 80 days minimum. That means what the gist of the discussion is, I personally feel that for an average student, even if you are taking coaching XYZ, however good the faculty is, चाहे आप हमसे coaching लो, किसी से लो, नहीं लो, whether it is an academy, whether it is XYZ, कोई भी हो, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, if you are an average, it will take at least 70 to 80 days to prepare at least up to the mark of UPSC CDS, so that you are going to cross cutoff, right? So take this thing seriously, right? And before you choose, you opt for any of the course available XYZ digitally or physically after the lockdown, whatever you plan. Always go over the notes. Don't go by the Google ads. Always check the sample notes, content, test paper, faculty profile. That is very important, because nobody, I personally feel nobody can help you crack CDS in 30 or 40 days. This is, you know, अगर 30-40 days में UPSC होने लगा, तो सिविल सर्विस के लिए तो 4 महीने बहुत होना चाहिए था, but it's not that. You know, people used to invest lot of thing, and UPSC always make it tough, the cutoff to be around 50%, right? So that's all from my side. You can always write your question queries in the comment section, or you can contact us at 77105 48960. Thank you. All the best.